Hey y'all, I wanted to give you a quick update. And let's go through the pantry and you can kind of see how I store some of those staple ingredients that we talk about that you should stock up on. So let me show you how I store rice, beans, sugar, and all kinds of stuff, and show you what a real life, real working pantry looks like, because this is not Pinterest worthy. Here we go. All right, for those of you that are new, this is a room in our basement that used to be a bedroom that we converted into a pantry. And Mr. Ryan is still in here. We were supposed to move him, but he keeps staying in the pantry. So sorry about that, Mr. Ryan. We'll get you put somewhere so we can show you off. But right now, you're protecting the pantry. We start out with our essential rack. And that almond milk's going to go up on a shelf here in a minute. And this is where the fun begins. We do have a freezer in here that's not on yet, but it's just here as the placeholder. Greg put these shelves up for me this year, and I'm so loving them. And then here comes the goodness of a full, real working pantry, okay? This is our fabulous canning shelf. We're starting to get to the point to where we've got more empties than fulls, which is good because we're coming into harvest season. This is the area we have to dig out so I can show you how I store stuff. We do have these center cubes. Oh, see, I'm tripping over stuff. There's like snacks and drinks and foods and stuff in here. And then, oh gosh. This is additional drawer storage. And then here's when we get into our totes. This is all of our freeze-dried stuff that we have. And then our totes. And we have them all labeled. And this is, the stuff that's in these totes is in our pantry, or in our, our app on our phone, that thing. The pantry app on our phone. So we know what's in these totes. And you can see I have it in like Asian ingredients, spices, pastas, baking items. But we mainly work through this wall and then our store-bought area. Greg was so kind and he hugged my drying rack for my herbs. So we're going to go pick some more herbs. It rained, so we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to pick. And then this is like, see some more bulk storage down there. And then this kind of is all of the stuff that we use for catering. Bags and our freeze-dried stuff, some of it, equipment. And this is the canning area. So this is like all the lids and the canners and the vacuum seal stuff. And the piles on the floor of the things that need to be picked up. And then we also have some more equipment and things like that in here. Like this is all of our canning equipment. This is all of our dehydrated peppers, panko, ramen. Yeah, look. Ramen. There's the ramen shelf. And the like. Oh, yeah. Look. The box of aprons. And then these are like the filters and stuff for our Berkey and whatnot. So yeah, it's all organized. It's just a hot mess right now because I did a bunch of canning projects and ran down here and dumped it on the floor. This is, as I climb over boxes, this is our food storage for the canned goods stuff that we buy from the store. Most of it anyway. So this is more like condiments and tomato paste, snacks, pickles, vinegars, oils, things like that. And then as we continue, we've got more bulk storage down here. We'll keep a look at that. And then some more of our equipment. Some of the stuff that just needed a home. Cheese making stuff. Stuff that we don't use on a regular basis. So that is the condition of the pantry right now. We're going to do a video real quick on all the stuff that we didn't use and for the month of May, which is right here. So you'll see this all come back in the pantry here in a minute as well, so we can get this reorganized, redone, re-inventoried, and we're cleaning this up. So I'm gonna put y'all on a time lapse so you can see the mess hopefully get organized again.
Y'all, this took like 15 minutes and it feels so much better to have this completely finished. It just, you know, you get to rushing and you get busy and you just start throwing stuff on the floor and then it just becomes this hot mess and it really just looks overwhelming. But once you start tackling it, I actually feel better about it now. You can see the floor. I'm going to give you a tour here in just a second. This is just a voiceover. I know Greg's going to come back and redo the pantry, but I just wanted to get space on the shelf so these jars were not sitting around, and, you know, just to get good eyes on really where everything could fit, and get all my canning supplies put back, because once I get them out, you know, they expand. So get all the bags put up, and we're going to walk you through the clean and organized-ish pantry.
Hey you guys, I'm just popping in here to let you know, about 96% of you are not subscribed to this channel, so if you could do me a favor real quick, go down there and hit the like button, because that obviously helps the video, and then subscribe. It's free to you, but it makes the channel, algorithms see the channel so that everybody else can see these really cool videos, okay? Thanks, I appreciate your help. Oh. You know what's funny about projects like this? Empty. You procrastinate and you procrastinate and you procrastinate because you're just like, you really don't want to do this. And then it takes like 15 minutes and you just do it and then you're okay. I still have a little bit more to do because obviously this isn't the end of the May and I still want to work through some of this stuff. So let me go through and give you a little bitty tour of, I don't know why I waited so long to do this, and I feel much better already because you can see the floor. Okay. There's the floor. Woo woo. It's all picked up. There was plenty of room on the shelves. I don't know why I was freaking out about that. It's completely out of order. I'm sure Greg will go through that when he does his final inventory and put it where he wants it. I've got this box pulled out because I've got to get some boxes put in, so I just do it like that till I'm ready to manhandle that box because it's a heavy one. All the stuff's off the floor here. All my boxes are put away. Everything's up off the ground. That's my biggest thing. I want it up and off the ground. And then, yeah, all the canned goods are back in here and it doesn't look like we did anything. So that's a good thing. And then I got to figure out somewhere to put these. I might go ahead and put them back in the boxes where they're at. But I'm still working through this stuff, so I'm going to get rid of the Ziploc bags yet. All right, now we can go through and I can show you how I store all of these staples in this pantry now that I can see the floor. All right, y'all, I'm down here on the ground. I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to get you to see back here. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buckets. That's my wheat berries. There's also popcorn and stuff back there. And I use Gamma Seal lids for everything. That is 5-gallon buckets and Gamma Seal lids. So this is our rice. Let me show you the Gamma Seal lid. You need to get the ones that have see the little gasket? There it is. See that little gasket? You want the ones with the gasket. This is our rice. I don't want to take this out of the bag yet, so I'm just going to set it in here. But that's where we put rice. Let's see. Then you just crank these down again. And that's how I store them. Let's see what's in here. Oh, here we go. Black beans. So this is where we keep all of our black beans. Let me go get the black beans off the thing. Oh, let's stick these back in here. And I think by now the black bean canning video has come out. I gotta rewrite black beans on here. I think the marker wore off. Come on. Sometimes I've had these stacked before, so sometimes you gotta. There we go. Okay. And then let's see what's right here. This one doesn't have a label. Maybe the label's on the top. Oh, peas. So see, I even throw, like if I buy a bag of split peas, I just throw them in here. These are peas, dried peas. So that's where we keep our peas. And then 13 bean soup is right there. Oh, let me see if I can pull this out and see what this is. Oh, it's light. Let's check it out. Oh, that's my wheat. So these are my wheat berries. I need to refill it. So then, oh, mung beans are back there. So I wonder if this is a bean or not. I wonder if that's popcorn. The one thing I do not like about these buckets is that they do not roll or slide on this carpet very well. Oh yeah, see back there it says salt. It's a big old thing of salt back there. Oh yeah, look, popcorn. I can put the popcorn up. Let me go get the popcorn. Popcorn. And like I said, I don't want to take these out of the bags just yet. So I'm just going to throw the bags in there. Now, these Gamma Seal lids are not cheap, but that's what makes this system function. Now the other thing that's cool is this is a 2-gallon and they make smaller Gamma Seal lids. So like this is the leftover flour. Hang on, I got to open this with 2 hands. So they make smaller Gamma Seal lids that fit these smaller buckets. This is the flour I milled that I haven't used, that I just held over from the last batch of bread. I need to take this upstairs and use this. See this, it's got the same gasket. Works the exact same way. I like it. If you have terrible wrist strength like I do, this is way easier to carry around a thing of sugar or something heavy than 5-gallon buckets. So this is a great size. Let me show you the comparison up to a 5-gallon bucket. This is a great size if you have grip or wrist strength issues. See the size difference? Way easier to carry. All right, right here is sugar, chickpeas, and navy beans, and I just threw the navy beans back in there and I'm gonna put the lid on. Now, things like this is baking powder, chia seeds, non-dairy milk, dried milk, couscous, oats, things like that. Here's cornmeal. I keep in sealed jars because and lentils. There's some lentils up there. I go through these pretty quickly. And so I just keep them sealed in these types of jars because it just works better, I feel. Okay, I'm sweating. We got everything. I don't like to leave my freezers shut whenever they're not running. Ooh, my glasses are all jacked up. Okay. So there we go. I wanted to show you guys too. Let me set this down, hold on. Because we buy in bulk, we have one more spot that we utilize for bulk storage. Remember how I talked about you need like freezer space or you need the ability to pull oxygen out of the bags when you get them in from like Azure Standard, or if they come in those bags. And you need to get them into Mylar. So this is our stash of Mylar after we oxygen absorb them or we freeze them so we can store them long term. So there's our stack. And each bag is usually, it's a 50-pound bag of wheat. And you can see it's just easier to store this way. Here's the Mylar bags. And each one is a specific type of wheat. This is cornmeal, and I think I have oats underneath that. And then what we do is we break into these, we fill up little bitty bags of what we need, reseal them, and stack them back. Or we transfer them, once we pop these open, we transfer them to the white buckets that you see back here, because these are the white buckets that I'm going to use next on the wheat for the wheat berries. See them? There's too many of them to put into the pantry. And so we had to figure out, let me move this bucket back. We had to figure out a way to store them flat. Let me get some light. Here we go. We had to figure out a way to store them flat and out of the way because they're big Mylar bags. So it was really weird. It's like, where do you put them? So we just stacked them up and stuck them in a closet because that's where they go. And that's where we had room. The rest of this stuff, like I said, like if we're doing oats or something, like we'll pull out a thing of oats. They actually live in this tote right here, but I have these out because this is what I'm working with this month. And so we'll come and we'll fill up another thing or another jar that's in this tote, and then we'll reseal the Mylar bag and put it back in there and make them stack nice and neat. So yeah, it's a lot of prep work for stuff that you buy in bulk that comes in like, unless it's already vacuum sealed. That's what's cool about buying in big bulks. Some of those are already sealed with gases, or they've already have the oxygen. You buy them already sealed, so that takes out this work. But obviously that's more expensive. So we find it doesn't bother us to go ahead and just do that little bit of work extra. So, and then all of our Mylar bags, you can see them, all the Mylar bags live right down there. They live right down there, and then the oxygen absorbers are right over there. And so we can prep whatever size we think we need and go from there. So that is our teeny weeny pantry cleanup tour. And what we're going to utilize and continue to replace items, because we've already done our stock up and now it's just infill when things run out. Our last stock up item was lemon juice. I opened up the last lemon juice, so I went and checked the dates, and I only picked up 2 of the Sam's Club lemon juices because the date's 2027, the beginning of 2027. And unless I do a ton of canning this year, which I don't think I am because we're fine, I won't need any lemon juice past that date. I may have to get one more like towards baking season, maybe then. But right now, I don't need 4 backups. 2's fine. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just kind of, just rando going through stuff. You don't want a line by line item of all this stuff. I mean, I could invite you into my inventory so you can see what's in there, but it's, there's a lot. We're good. And like I said, this is fun. We make this fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun because that corn that we canned in 2024 tastes exactly the same as it did the day that we put it in that jar. Every time we eat it, we're like, man, we're so glad we did this. So anyway, check out some of our other prepper ideas here. This is all about having food insurance, food security, and beating the prices at the grocery store. So do your little $20 a week or $50 a week or double monthly. Check that video out. It's going to be right here. I think it's a good one, and I think it goes through ways to make sure that your budget doesn't completely collapse because you'd like to start building a pantry. So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until we see you on the next video, bye y'all.